First referee, Mr. Ryan Vincent Corpus, National Referee. Our second referee is Joy D. Imus, National Referee. Let's call on the starting lineup. First from the province of Cotabato, Spikers. Let's start with their team captain wearing jersey number 7 from the University of Santo Tomas. Middle blocker, JV Sumagaysay. Outside spiker from the University of Santo Tomas, number 2, Wewe Medina. Middle blocker from the Ateneo de Manila University, number 6, Rex Intal. Outside spiker from the University of Santo Tomas, number 11, Chao Umandal. Starting setter from the Far Eastern University, number 13, Sian Silang. And opposite hitter from the National University, number 17, Mats Gumpong. Their starting libero is number 1 from the Far Eastern University, Vince Lorenzo. Head coach for Cotabato is Mr. Oji Mamon. Calling on the starters of the IMUS men's volleyball team. Team captain wearing jersey number 22, starting setter from the Ateneo de Manila University, Ish Polvorosa. Middle blocker number 6 from the National University, Kim Malabunga. Outside spiker from the University of Perpetual Health System Delta, number 8, Rids Mohali. Middle blocker number 13 from the University of Perpetual Health System Delta, Ronel Rosales. Opposite hitter from the National University, number 15, Francis Saura. And outside spiker from the University of Perpetual Health System Delta, number 24, Hero Austria. Their starting libero from the Far Eastern University, number 5, Rico Marmeto. Head coach for IMUS is Mr. Sammy Akailar.
And here we go with the start of this matchup. Your starters for Cotabato, Gampong, Sumagaysay, Medina, Silang, Intal, Umandal, and Lorenzo as their libero. On the other side, for the city of IMUS, we have Saura Malabunga, Rids Muhali, Ish Polvorosa, the setter, Roniel Rosares. For Hero Austria with Rico Marmeto completing the cast as their libero. We should have a good one for us. Yep. An undefeated Cotabato squad against an IMUS team hungry for a bounce-back victory because that was a tough loss to take, Neil.
And it's an interesting shake-up to the starting unit of the AMC-COTABATO Spikers. They do have Vince Mangolabnan, a newest addition to their squad after that training camp in Taiwan as the setter. And for the IMUS-ITP Aja Spikers, they also have Francis Saura occupying that opposite hitter position. So, palakas na ng palakas yung roster ng mga teams natin. And again, we do have to remember that Brian Bagunas has chosen IMUS-ITP as his squad come the semifinals here in the Spikers turf. So kailangan pumasok muna itong IMUS Aja so that they can utilize the firepower of Brian Bagunas.
That's the first order of business, di ba? Dahil nga natalo po sila against BNS, the team that's actually chasing them in terms of our team standings. And si Gampong gets us going with his first point of the matchup. Pwedeng all-star game eh.
I mean, when you look at the starting unit for both of these teams, marami dito mga national team players na in the past. So they're very familiar with the tendencies of each other and magkakatalo lang talaga kung sino yung magpe-play cohesively as one unit.
One-handed set from Polvorosa and then the hammer from Malabunga. Always a good idea to activate your middles early in the matchup. Open up the opportunities for both sides. Umandal with a nice reception. Off speed, there was a net touch versus IMUS.
Early violation here for the Aja Spikers, but it's still a close game we're seeing. Both teams just relaxed at this point. No nerves whatsoever. And that should be a good sign. This should be an exciting one.
Tough first ball there. Tayo na nga yung pangyayari because it was an underhanded set. Di na nakuhang paluin itong si Austria.
It was a bit tight and it was a bit low as well.
Three to 2, 1 point lead in favor of Cotabato. Again, one of 3 undefeated teams so far in our competitions. Much better first ball. They locate Austria, and he will score.
And he's looking to bounce back as well. I heard from the previous game he wasn't feeling that well. That's why it was an underwhelming performance for Hero Austria. But again, this should be a pivotal matchup because they have a few matches left compared to AMC-COTABATO. Kaya kailangan talaga may panalo ito ng IMUS-ITP.
Quick attack there as Intal scoring and giving his squad the lead back 4-3. Sabi mo, hindi pa maganda yung performance ni Austria for his, for his standards. Because 13 points is 13 points. Siyempre, alam niya yun eh. He felt that he could have done a little bit more to have them possibly win that last game. That will be outside for Rosales.
Right now, you can see the similarities between the setting styles of Ishpolvorosa and the Cian Silang. They're both activating their middles, getting them very busy so that they can give opportunities for the wing spikers to get the points.
Kapitin yung talon. Di ba si Mans Gampong on the serve?
Good thing he was able to push that ball over. Parang nag-soft touch. That's a service line. Definitely mistimed that one. Sharing a light moment with Coach Oji Mamon, who actually won against FEU in the UAAP in 5 sets as well.
And that just shows me na busy po ang aking partner na si Neil Flores. A good presence on the blocks, but that will go out. Muhali will be able to score.
And that's one thing Cotabato has to work on because in their game against NU Archipelago, nakita naman natin that the numbers wasn't really spectacular. I think they only had 3 kill blocks compared to the number that NU produced.
Which was 7. Yeah.
Pero ang maganda nga for AMC is that they're heavy servers. So they do have to challenge the receivers of IMUS-ITP, but Jao Mandal still doing Jao Mandal things.
Yep. But the biggest challenge really for Jao at this point is more than the game, it's the leadership. It's having everyone, following his lead. Kasi he's the man right now in terms of our national team.
And he's just 23 years old. So maganda rin na makita natin on how he will fare against Signal, led by Mark Espejo, and eventually IMUS-ITP, led by Brian Bagunas.
Nabantayan, good block there, denying that attack coming from IMUS as Cotabato starting to get going.
That's the second block point for AMC-COTABATO.
Another serve here for Jao Mandal. Looking to pad this 2-point advantage. Another good one. Received well by Austria. Back row attack. That sails long. Oh, they call a check.
Yes, there is a check ball called by the first referee.
Tinginan sila no? May check ba? May check ba? Sabi ni Rex, may konting-konti.
Umamin naman si Rex.
May konti eh.
They're going to save that challenge and use that later on.
So good call from our referees. Napaamin si Rex Intal. Gaganti sila with their own back row attack. That was picked up by Rosales. Good dig from Gampong. Soft touch for Romandal, and this is where you see the experience that he has gained. In the past, it was all power. Now mixing it up a little bit more.
The consistency is finally there for Jao Mandal. He was erratic first few years of using that attack, but now he has settled in.
First technical timeout tayo dito. Cotabato up 8-6 against IMUS.
Carlo and Nilay got some thrilling news about the volleyball whereabouts of the star athlete, national team player and Cotabato spiker, Jao Omandal, who you mentioned scored a roaring 20 points last game. Aside from their riveting Taiwan trip, which I will share to you later on, Jao is doing great with his team as they've already shared training in past leagues and is now getting ready for a volleyball stint in Japan this April after Spiker Surf. And after Japan, he's set to focus on the SEA Games to be set in Cambodia. Truly an action-packed volleyball plan this 2023. Let's go back to set 1.
Thank you for that report. Yes. That's a loaded schedule for Jao Mandal. Volleyball is live for him. And that hit will score once again as Cotabato starting to take command of this matchup.
That's Wewe Medina from the left wing. And I'm looking at the second stringers of AMC Cotabato. Napakalakas din. They do have Vince Mangolabnan there. They also have Fauzi Ismail and Josafat from the University of the East.
That could be easily starters for any other team in this league. Di na umabot yung pancake save nitong si Jao Omandal as he will allow a point for IMUS. 9-7 is the count still in favor of Cotabato.
Soft touch from Francis Taura.
Now Ish Polvorosa serving for his squad. Good reception so far for Jao Mandal. This is another point for Medina.
That is the same strategy that he used, hitting it off the double block of Francis Saura and Kim Malabunga. Kailangan talaga naka-square up at maibabad mo yung kamay mo over that net if you want to prevent the power of Wewe Medina and Mads Kampong.
That's way too strong coming from Silang as he will donate a point to IMUS. Ito kasing Cotabato, even if they make a few mistakes here and there, they never get too low. They never beat themselves up too much.
And all of them are really veteran star players in their collegiate years. So I guess it's very easy for them to adjust in game. And you can also see Coach Oji Mamon, very different from how he coaches the college team. Kasi alam niya, kaya nang asikasuhin ng mga veterans yung mga pagkakamali.
Another violation coming from Cotabato, an overreach. Good back set. Ay, doon naman, payungan na yung attempt nitong si Medina.
Pero Austria getting his first kill block of this game. You can see the lateral movement. Ganda nung side step niya doon or yung side cross niya.
Kaya bigla-bigla, tabla na po tayo dito, 10 apiece. 3 straight points for IMUS. Umandal, that will be out.
Too much power and too much angle.
I mean, if you haven't watched live volleyball, you have to come join us at some point dito sa Paco Arena just to hear.
That's correct.
That smack. Because for a moment, you fear for your life. Baka tamahan ka ng bola eh. Oh, that's a service ace.
Now IMUS gets a 2-point lead over Cotabato. Might see a few substitutions in a bit for Coach Oji Mamon. That can be a good game plan for Coach Chame Akailar and the rest of the blue shirts.
Coach Oji Mamon reminding his players that that's 5 straight points. Now 6 straight points. I mean, again, this is, a training pool for our national team. But if you move forward, if you try and compete in the Southeast Asian Games region, if you allow a 6-0 run, the set is gone.
Yeah. And ito na nga yung advantage ng AMC ginagamit na ng Aja Spikers. Let's listen into this timeout.
Actually, hindi ikaw ang attacker dun. Trabaho mo dun, receive. Pumasa, ikaw tina-target dun, ha? O, pabawiin kita. Well, hindi natin kailangan ng A-pass o yung lumalagpas sa net. Taas mo na sa gitna, B-pass lang. Ayaw mong si Sian na magpabilis. Sian! Kaya tayo na... Hey, MC!
13 10 is the count. Earlier, it was 10-7 in favor actually of Cotabato. A 6-point turnaround in the side of IMUS has allowed them to take command of this first set.
Now you can see how important heavy serving is. Sometimes hindi natin masyadong napapansin yung skill department na yan.
Yeah.
But that is the first option of attack pag nasa inyo ang bola.
And that will be called net violation, sayang, because that hit was supposed to be out. But finally, a point for Cotabato to answer back.
Hero Austria claiming that he didn't hit or he didn't touch that net. Looks like he did.
Just a little bit.
Super contact lang.
But enough to attract the attention of our officials. Hero Austria, bumawi naman agad.
Combination play from Ish Polvorosa. Setting up Hero Austria sa dos.
Iba yung focus nitong IMUS for this ball game. Maybe in the last one, they came in a little too confident perhaps, Neil?
And they know that they're only a few games away from securing their Final Four slot.
Yep.
And if they get this win against Cotabato, mas maganda na yung position nila coming into the semifinals.
Jao Mandal towering over everyone else there to inch Cotabato closer, down by 2. Sumagay serving. Polvorosa kanino pupunta? Oh, good block there. But it is picked up. Ish to Austria again. Sent up from the back now. Soft touch. Napayungan ni Rosales. Good angle.
Nice set from CNC lang, recognizing the hottest hand right now for AMC Cotabato, Jao Mandal. If you're trailing by a few points, you do have to go back to your main option or your main weapon, and that is Jao Mandal.
So the weak point of the defense. Pinahabol sa likod yung libero as they end up inching closer, just down by 1. Good recovery here coming from Cotabato as they will find a way to tie this matchup. Jao Mandal scoring again.
It's very difficult to really get a kill long against Jao Mandal. So you do have to get good rebounds and close out the gaps, yung mga sharp angles na tina-target ni Jao.
And it was actually Medina who set that up for him as we have a timeout for IMUS.
Sekunda mo sa 3. Bakit? Opo. Si Zaura lang ang siya lang yung porsyento, ha? Ulitin ko, ha? Mag-equate kundan mo 3. Carry mo dito. Okay? Nagalangan kay drop mo dito. So, lahat dito magpo-cover, ha? Cover, ha? Cover, ha? Pasahan ko. Okay, trap.
Let's go, guys. Tuloy-tuloy. Imus! Aja, Imus! Akin yung cover.
14-14 is the count right now as we welcome you back to One Sports Plus. Nandito po kami sa Paco Arena. If you're in the area, why not join us? Enjoy volleyball action here today. And we're approaching the tail end of our elimination round here in the Open Conference. Ang Cotabato po ang kailangan maghabol ng laro as they only have 4 so far. Austria asking for a touch. Coach Sami not interested in challenging just yet, so that will allow Cotabato now to reclaim the lead, 15-14.
And for Coach Sami Akailar, actually ang dami niyang combinations na pwedeng gawin for the Aja Spikers. We have to remember that Francis Saura was originally a middle blocker, but right now he's playing opposite. So pwede niyang ibalik si Francis Saura sa middle blocker, and he can actually use Josh Villanueva to play as opposite. So again, these are options that they can explore throughout this game.
Villanueva coming in. Ray Taneo, their substitute setter, alongside him. Tight ball game as expected. 15-15 is the count. Good pickup coming from Mandal. And then he will score it himself. That was just a picture-perfect point for Cotabato.
And he has converted 6 out of the 7 attempts on the attack. Imagine, 6 out of 7. That's a huge success rate so far for Jao Mandal.
Talk about porsyentuhan, Jao Mandal scorching hot as Cotabato lead 16-15 against IMUS. Coming back from our second technical timeout of our opening set as Mangulabnan checks into the ball game for the first time. His squad ahead 16-15. Nalamangan kanina itong Cotabato, but they have since recovered. Defense looking a lot better as they get another kill block.
It was obvious that they were going to hero Austria, coming from a botched pass to that broken play. Two blockers, very well established. Their hands pressed above that net.
Austria will not be denied this time as there was a net violation as well coming from the side of Cotabato. What does a player like Mangulabnan bring to the table for his squad?
Well, he has a lot of championship experience, that's for sure. A lot of international stints as well. And iba yung leadership ng isang Vince Mangulabnan. Again, he is currently an assistant coach in the collegiate ranks for Ateneo. So he has a different perspective dito sa ating ball game.
Jao Mandal, I think, hitting it a little bit under. Kaya naman lumipad yung bola. Diretso sa labas. That will hurt his percentage. But it's still super impressive for Mandal here in the first set. We have a tied ball game, 17 apiece. Austria now serving diretso sa net. Giving that point quickly to the side of Cotabato.
Not a good time to commit these unforced errors because we are already close to that 20-point mark.
At this stage, as usual, the team that limits their errors will have a better shot at picking up the first set. Mandal, pulls back some power off of it. Kinapos ng tuluyan.
He gives that point back to IMUS-ITP.
Si Rosales, iba yung gupit niya nung nag-umpisa yung liga natin no? Nakita ko siya kanina, sporting a summer do. Itong si Rosales. Mangulabnan sets it up. Powerful hit. And that will sail straight out of bounds.
Good judgment call on the side of Jao Mandal. That could have gone either way. Pwede niya sanang kunin yon. But siguro with the help of the communication dun sa teammates niya, hindi niya nakinuha yung bola.
Sinundan niya no? Hanggang okay, malapit na ako sa linya. Medyo mataas pa sa ulo ko. Kaya binitawan na niya. Intal with the serve now. Let's team up by 1. Pumunta sila sa gitna. And Mohali finds a way through.
3-man block was not organized for AMC-COTABATO as this double substitution will go back to their regular rotation.
For those who are new to watching basketball, what is the point of that double substitution here?
Usually, coaches would always want 3 attackers in the front line. Kaya mapapansin natin pag double sub, merong isang setter and isang attacker na pumapasok. And every new player na pumapasok sa court, that's a different technique or different strategy.
Mohali has been on fire in this first set.
I think that's his 5th point of the match. 3 attack points and 2 service aces a while ago for Mohali.
Sumobra kasi yung pag-angat nitong si Umandal. Napalipat sa kabila. Came a free point. And that push will be defended well by IMUS. They go back to Mohali as he hammers it home once again.
Powerful, fast swing from Mohali. And that will force Coach Oji Mamon to call another timeout for Cotabato.
Let's listen into this timeout coming up for Cotabato.
Pasa natin nandoon na dali nyo dito sa kanan. Palutro nyo kulang mababa.
Sige na siya. Okay lang, okay lang.
Tapon natin yung lamang nila. Dalawa kay Jao, isang outside. Ay, ano pala, hindi pala nahabol ni BB yung block. Overreach lang, di man ibabaw eh, ha? Sige. Pagayin nyo, malayan niya.
So planado na yung next 3 points. Dalawa kay Umandal, the other 4 opposite. Yan, very different, no? Yung coaching demeanor ni Coach Oji Mamon here in Spikers Turf.
Very calm and collected, Coach Oji.
Kasi mga mama na rin yung kausap niya, di ba? There's enough respect there.
And it's just the first set,
yeah.
So not yet a point of concern. And right now, kahit na nasa likod si Jao Mandal, they can still go to that deadly pipe attack, but no block whatsoever built in that last sequence for IMUS-ITP. That is a point for JV Sumagaysay.
Tapos double substitution din silang. Gampong babalik sa laro for Cotabato. Tabang pa rin po ng isang IMUS. And they lost their last matchup. A 5-setter. Polvorosa, lots of options here. He goes to Saura. Kaso tinamaan yung antena. That's automatically out.
And Francis Saura still a little bit quiet in this game. Looking to get good touches on the attack.
Silang continues to serve here. Good one. And it'll be an ace.
Nasunod yung game plan ni Coach Oji Mamon. Ibang player lang yung nakascore, but that's still 3 points.
I'm sure he will not nitpick as long as they got the 3 points back. Ngayon, kung gusto niya ng dalawa from Umandal, you could actually push them further ahead. They're up by 1 here. Austria with a much better reception. Good response though from the middle.
Power tip from Kim Malabunga. Lorenzo not in possession for that quick attack.
Oh, you had to expect, Neil, that it would come down to this between these two teams.
Definitely, that's why this is one of the highly anticipated matches here in the Spikers Turf. But I'm sure pagdating natin ng semis, mapupuno talaga itong Paco Arena. All the games will definitely be a must-watch.
Tignan mo yung tupi ng katawan itong si Gampong. Yes, he just produced so much power, generated a lot from that jump and that hit, finding a way through. Medina now serving. Pumunta sila sa gitna ulit. Those are 2 great connections between Polvorosa and Malabunga.
They were teammates in the last conference for the Vienna's Griffins, pero now magkasama pa rin sila. This time for IMUS-ITP. So I feel like they have polished their connection over the years of playing together.
23-23, another tight set. Oh, still a chance here for Cotabato. Lucky break for them. Austria. Oh, lucky break though for Cotabato.
It was kind of a regalo coming from that rebound of AMC-COTABATO. Na-block itong si Hero Austria. Pero ang taas ng trajectory ng bola. They could have gone for that hit already. But they mistimed that one.
Set point coming up for Cotabato. There was a bit of confusion who would be the server. Timeout hihingin ni Coach Samia Kailar as he wants to freeze the server. and try and keep his squad in this first set. Yung masakit, Neil, was that in the 3 sets that IMUS lost, we're all tight. We're all like this. Pakinggan natin si Coach Hamid.
So, before palo sa atin, overrate. Siguraduhin mo muna ang pasa. Okay? Relax lang. Makuha natin yan. Go! Hey, Imus! Aja! Imus, swerte! Go for juice muna. Go for juice.
So now it's time to show off what they learned, right? Closing out sets stronger. Something that they were not able to do against BNS in their last game, leading to that 5-set defeat. Can they stay alive here in the first?
It's up to Ish Polvorosa right now to choose his best option. That might be Hero Austria from the left wing or Mohali from that pipe attack.
Over reception. And that will be it.
Yes, that is an overpass from IMUS-ITP, and that will lead to an illegal attack from Ish Polvorosa. So that's it for set number 1.
A tough way to lose the first set. An error coming off the reception. As Cotabato will pick up this first set, 25-23. Check back with us here on One Sports Plus for the second set. The first set went the way of Cotabato 25-23, but they had to endure a couple of nervous moments to pick up that first set. Lamangan pa nga sila, no? Midway through our first, as IMUS went on a 6-0 run. But again, no sense of panic coming from the side of Cotabato as they work their way to a two-point win in the first set.
Even in the tail end of that set, IMUS-ITP was in a good position to take that against Cotabato. But again, it was really their passing that made it difficult for Ish Polvorosa to set up his teammates. 25-23, and yung last 2 points na yun, again, it was the receiving of IMUS-ITP that was problematic. But in terms of attacks, I would say that they're evenly matched, even in blocking and in serving.
Everything else.
Everything. Parang isa lang +1 lang yung lamang ng isang team eh. So it's all about the nerves at the end. Kasi syempre, there's also that pressure when you're receiving, or on the receiving end, pag 24 na yung opponent nyo.
Just one more attack and one fewer error. That was it. That was the story of the first set. As Cotabato hoping to build on that momentum to start our second set.
New players on the floor for Coach Oji Mamon. Vince Mangulapnan will be the starting setter. And Bautista will also be playing as an outside hitter.
And for this squad, it's also getting to know more about the players, the combination of players, what will work. Because of course they want to win this tournament, but it's also in preparation for other competitions moving forward.
clear net violation on the double block of AMC.
And we saw how close the error count was in total. And yung mga ganyan, kita mo, gumalaw yung net. Easy call for our referees to make. Not a great first ball there, but Gampong still manages to score for Cotabato.
And you would think that AMC was already at a disadvantage with that erratic first pass from Sumagaysay. Bump set back from Vince Mangulabnan. But Mads Gampong, just pure power, getting that point.
Sometimes power will solve everything. It's a good serve. That was the only available angle. Kaya naman madali yung pick up nitong si Lorenzo. Sumagaysay. Oh, they go to the back set. What a play coming from Cotabato.
And you can see na mahilig talaga si Vince na mag-reverse set. That's one of his favorite sets to make. Dishing out one blocker dun sa gitna and leaving Mads Gampong way open for that point.
Nice in the back of his head. Oh, but service error now coming from Bautista. So yung dalawang puntos ng IMUS were both errors on the side of Cotabato.
John Victor Guzman not in uniform, but he's in uniform as an assistant coach right now. Edward Camposana also not in this roster.
Injured pa, no? Si Edward with a hamstring, I believe. As Polforosa takes the hit there. Chance ball. At pag ganon, yung binigay mong pasa dito kay Gampong, more often than not, that's a point.
And that's another reverse set from Vince Mangulabnan. So Kim Malabunga really has to work double time. You have to remember, they were teammates in college. So alam na alam ni Kim Malabunga kung paano din mag-isip itong si Vince Mangulabnan.
Oh, another service error. That's 3 errors early for Cotabato as they're keeping IMUS in this first set.
And the errors that they have been committing, ito yung mga simpleng mistakes in the sport of volleyball.
Or I meant to say first part of our second set. It is 3 apiece. Good first ball here. Jao Umandal. How high up was he in that attack?
Above that single block. And he was against the tall Francis Saura, but he chose the right angle there going cross-court.
Unbelievable power coming from Jao Mandal. And guess what? Guess what, Neil?
That is the 4th error for Cotabato.
Wala pa silang pumapasok na serve.
And yung 4 na points ng IMUS came from the unforced errors of Cotabato.
They had 7 total errors in the first set. Now already working with 4. Yung maganda naman sa kanila, pag nakaka-atake, sure point naman.
So they're just making up for their mistakes dun sa offensa talaga. And clearly that is enough because right now, even with 4 unforced errors, they have a 1-point lead. In set number 1, Cotabato had 2 unforced errors on the line. And ngayong second set, meron na silang 3. So that's 5 service errors already for AMC.
Finally, a set goes in for them. As Cotabato goes to Jao Mandal. Attacking error naman ngayon.
A lot of errors really for AMC Cotabato.
The question now for IMUS is, can they penetrate the defense of Cotabato and actually get a point of their attack? The answer as of the moment is a big no.
Mads Gampong this time from the back row. No connection issues really, both from National University.
Now it's Rexental serving his team up by 1. Very safe yung kanyang serve. Good block. Good block from Cotabato, as this is the first time that they will be leading by 2 points here in this second set.
That was Vince Mangolabnan, the shortest among all the blockers right now for Cotabato, timing that perfectly to get a kill block.
Pati yung running attack, itong si Rosales nabantayan as we will head into our first technical timeout of the second set. Cotabato taking care of their errors, learning from their early mistakes, and now showing us the wares in the blocking department. Back-to-back kill blocks will lead us into this quick break.
Carlo and Neil, you've been seeing Hero Austria's footprints all throughout set 1, and there was one striking thing he told me before the game, and Hero was challenged by Coach Sammy Akailar to be more confident on court. Even with his past double digits, madami pa raw siyang mailalabas, lalo na't consistency is one thing IMUS is working on, as you guys can see in this past sets. At this point, it's getting the set composure from their maturity, lalo na sa dulo ng set in the very crucial minutes. Let's see if the wheels can turn this set too.
The attacking is a bit hesitant, a bit nervous for IMUS as they get another point here of another error mula dito sa Cotabato.
Again, all 6 points of IMUS right now are from the unforced errors of Cotabato. 3 service errors, 3 attack errors.
Pero yan kasi yung epekto nung nakikita mong nabablock yung mga atake nyo. No? Sometimes you second guess. Sa kabilang banda, just Gampong letting it fly para sa kanilang opensa. Mandal block there. Nag-hesitate. Masyadong masikip dun sa loob.
Mohali against 3 blockers hitting that down the line. There is a bit of a miscommunication error on the side of Cotabato. Hindi nila alam kung sino kukuha nung second ball. JV Sumagaysay was saying that it was already mine, so leave it to me.
Nauna siya dun eh. So, fair point coming from him. That will still be saved by IMUS, but a perfect opportunity to activate Sumagaysay in the middle.
So far, yung mga blockers ng IMUS ITP, mostly single block coverage, and for a team like Cotabato, you really need to be able to organize your blocking pattern. At least dalawa sana to deflect the attacks.
Alanganin na naman yung serve as Mangolabnan commits an error to add to their long list. Already 7 errors to donate all of those points. Iisa pa nga lang yung atake dito ng IMUS, Neil.
And they might just pay for that later on if IMUS ends up getting set number 2. But they get a point back. Kanina pa kami nag-error. Kami naman yung makakuha ng point of your error, sabi nila.
Like, imagine that. In the first set, they had 7 total errors. Now, already with 7. Very early in the second set. Bautista now serving to try and add to this 2-point Cotabato lead. Wow!
Teneo wasn't able to catch up for that second pass. Mukhang he lost his footing, parang nadulas siya.
This time around, Much better reception, but the blockers are already present, are already there for Cotabato.
You can see the result of the training camp in Taiwan. Very organized blocking from AMC-COTABATO.
Saka mukhang hindi naman nagpakasasa sa bubble tea, no? Condition pa rin yung mga players kahit na nag-training nga dun sa Taiwan. 12-8, a 4-point lead as Bautista continues to serve. Doon naman nakakita na ng puwang itong si Kim Malabunga dun sa likod ng depensa ng Cotabato.
Now is the time to step up for Kim Malabunga. Again, monster numbers in their loss against VNS. But right now, no player near the double-digit mark in scoring for IMUS-ITP.
Mohali, in terms of percentage, has been rock solid. You could say the same for Gampo. But there was a good dig coming from IMUS, and they will score on the cross court.
That's what you want to see. Yung hustle on the offense and yung magandang depensa on the coverage for IMUS-ITP. Medyo malayo na yung set, bumuka na yung set, but Hero Austria still finding a way.
Back-to-back points for IMUS. Mohali with another good serve. Umandal. He's varying it up. It's very difficult to guess what he will attack with in any given opportunity.
Walang soft touch masyado. Yung soft touch niya parang power tip na.
Oo, malakas pa rin eh.
And that's very tricky because yung mga ganong types of attacks, ang tendency, pwede kang matawagan ng catch and throw violation. Kaya kailangan napakabilis lang nung bitaw mo sa bola. And Kim Malabunga off that regalo will get the 11th point for IMUS City.
Malas ni Rex Intal tumawid. Because he was just hoping to send to keep it on their side for them possibly to attack. Fortunately, it turned out to be a perfect setup for Malabunga. Umandal. Alanganin na yung talon eh, no? It was already a tough connection, but still they score.
We will have our first challenge of this match. Ball in, ball out challenge from IMUS-ITP.
No, earlier, our coaches, listening to their players, umaamin naman agad, wag magsayang ng challenge, but now they will use it. In, ball out.
They can also use this challenge to actually ice out the momentum of AMC-COTABATO.
And you know that they also feel it's an important stage of the matchup that is
inside.
Yep.
Catches the line. Again, any part of that ball, basta pumatak yan sa puting linya, that will be called inside.
But you understand why they challenged that call? Because it was razor thin. Unfortunately for IMUS, the challenge would prove to be unsuccessful. 14-11 right now as Saura answers back.
This is what they have been waiting for Francis Saura to get involved in the offensive pattern of IMUS-ITP.
IMUS trying their best to stay within striking distance. Oh, that quick somehow works out. Did not get all of it, talking about Rex Intal, but enough to score.
That full arm swing from Rex Intal to that power tip. Parang naging signature na ni Rex yan during the years. Sometimes you won't see him go for power hits talaga. Yung mga tip niya yung nagiging deadly for his squad.
Polvorosa babalik kay Austria. Hit it under. There was a check though.
Yes, there was a check ball, says Vince Mangolabnan. So, hahayaan nila yon. They're still leading by 2. And they do want to save their challenges for crucial moments. Kasi dikit pa rin tayo here in set number 2. IMUS is just 2 points away from tying things up with Cotabato.
Monster serve coming from Hero Austria. Bong dug up. Austria with the second touch. Polvorosa sends it across. Ngayon naman, Bautista sent back. That'll be another point for IMUS.
So
Galing ba sa back row?
Yeah, so the libero set that one na nakatapak siya sa attack line. So hindi mo pwedeng atakihin yung bola. That's why it was an illegal attack called on Vince Mangulapnan.
So alam niya na siya yung nagkamali dun sa pagkakataon na yon.
So you would see the liberos do jump sets before the attack line.
That is wide. That is called wide, and we are deadlocked at 15.
More errors coming in. Parang nasa double digit na yung unforced error mark for Cotabato, and IMUS is just maximizing that, just keeping it close. Now they are in that position to get this lead.
From the pipe, oh! And it will be IMUS with 3 straight points to push us to our second technical timeout of the second set. They're ahead here, 16-15 against mighty Cotabato. And this was the last play that sent us into the technical timeout. Did Muhali get a piece of it? Looked like it.
It was a good block from Muhali, and low contact coming from Jao Mandal. Don't look now. IMUS has that 1-point lead. Same scenario in set number 1. In the midpoint, they were able to establish a 3-point lead before Cotabato came back. So it's all about taking care of that lead, I was about to say. But
and that is the opposite of taking care of the lead, as they allow Cotabato to tie the count of the service error from Austria. Ang tanong naman dito, can Cotabato limit their own errors and try to win this set? Rosales with a push. Dug up. Kampong did not get it across.
It will not go over for Mads Kampong.
(17) serving 16. Rosales doing the honors for IMUS. Oh, that's back-to-back service errors. Yung problema kanina ng Cotabato starting to transfer to the other side.
But this is already a different time. Nung kanina for Cotabato, it was just the start of set number 2. But now we are already at the tail end. So now is not the time to really commit these errors.
They will go to Saura. But this is still alive. Soft touch coming from Jao Mandal, just to keep this rally going. Polvorosa goes right back to that side. Oh, good dive, and they keep it alive. Oh, and then they score a point. What a hard-earned point for Cotabato.
Let's share that point sa lahat ng nakahawak ng bola na yon. Good dig on Lorenzo, follow up on Mandal. And Ish Polvorosa was successful in getting a single blocker against Muhali. But Mads Kampong guarding the fort for Cotabato.
Just one-on-one. And a touch coming from the block. They go back to Muhali, denied again.
Again, that's the second straight kill block. This time care of JV Sumagaysay. John Rivera will make his first appearance in this match.
Pahinga muna si Rids Muhali as he was spoiled in back-to-back attempts to score. 19-17, a 2-point Cotabato lead. Serve from Mangulabnan, Polvorosa, and that is long.
No check ball will be given. Now Cotabato will own a 3-point lead.
Ang lalaki niyan, ha? Gagawin nyo yung bola, natural yung babalik sa atin. Sabi ko, pag mga lalaki ang blockin natin, ano ba ang turo ko? Singit-singit! Di pwedeng kalabanin nyo yan. Laki-laki ng blockin, ano ba naman? Mag-isip tayo. Sayang yung score, oh. Ano ba naman pag ganyan? Banon dito, di check ball. Ipapwersa nyo, hindi pwedeng pwersa-pwersa tayo. Gamitin mo to, oh. Hindi mo na nagagamit ito, ha? Okay, sige, di ba?
Kaya, IMUS! IMUS!
Bakit mo nga naman pupwersahin? Laki-laki ng blocker, sabi nga ni Coach Sammy, as they will have to be a little smarter, a little more cerebral with their attacks against a defense that has already picked up for Cotabato.
Stressing out na importante yung sharp angles when you're up against taller blockers. I think this would be the right substitution because John Rivera is known to have that kind of strategy and he's also a good receiver. But then again, make that 3 kill blocks consecutive for AMC Cotabato. That's a total of 8 blocks in this ball game. And yun yung maganda na adjustment na ginawa nila. They didn't have a lot of kill blocks against the NU Archipelago Spikers. Pero ngayon, bawi na.
That will be unblockable. They go right back to it. The runner coming from Malabunga scoring, halting that scoring run from Cotabato.
Okay, Malabunga making sure na mataas this time yung contact point niya.
Ooh. What will the error be?
Might be a positional fault or wrong server for IMUS-ITP. It was supposed to be Ish Polvorosa on the serve, not John Rivera.
Nagkalituhan, no? Kakapasok lang din kasi nitong si Rivera. Tough point to give away at this stage, especially because you waste an opportunity to attack. You donate a point to Cotabato as our technical officials are still sorting things as of the moment. And that indeed holds. That was an error coming from the side of IMUS. 22-18 is the count for Cotabato. Sabi mo nga, no, yung timing of the errors coming in at a horrible situation now for IMUS. Rivera susubukang bumawi, but he was sent up. And that's a nice quick attack. But IMUS was smart to it.
Just too low.
Go through, yeah.
Marmeto choosing the back row attack. But that will not work for IMUS-ITP.
As we take another look at this back row attack coming from Austria. Could not find a way through as we have another timeout. Let's listen in again.
Relax lang. Mag-i-enjoy lang kayo sa game. Eh ano kung na-scorean nila tayo? Pwede naman tayong umabol. Pwede naman tayong gumawa ng paraan na makapatay ng bola, di ba? Ha? Tanda lang niyo ang rotation natin, okay? So malayo pa yan, go. Laban na.
IMUS! Aja! IMUS!
Lima na po ang abante ng Cotabato here in the second set. Looking to get the first 2 sets on their side. As we pick up the action here, you know, the errors nitong IMUS hurting them here at the tail end of the second. In terms of totals, I would think mas marami pa ring errors yung Cotabato here in this set, but their attacks and their blocks have been at a different level right now.
I would agree. There are teams na ganon, sobrang daming errors, pero sa sobrang lakas din ng atake nila at tibay ng blocking, doesn't matter, and they would still end up winning the sets by a good margin.
Yeah.
And right now, they have a 4-point lead despite those errors, talking about the Cotabato Spikers.
It's another service error coming from them, and now he is the correct server, kaso mababa as it flies straight into the net.
Low on the toss and on the contact.
And JB Sumagaysay serving for the set for a 2-0 lead para sa Cotabato. Keeps it safe. Polvorosa with the set. Saura will score.
Francis Saura getting past the defense of Rex Sintal and Jao Mandal. Corner pocket way open. Sweeper wasn't there for AMC.
Frustrated si Sumagaysay kasi umabante pa siya, no? He was actually there. But a misread from him. Intado finishes things off here in the second set. It will be 25-20 in favor once again of Cotabato. Neil, it did not start pretty, but in the end, they flexed their superior offense against IMUS.
And they have been very successful in dishing out yung mga single block coverage ng IMUS-ITP. That's why now they're up 2-0.
25-23, 25-20. Yan po ang naging resulta in our first two sets as Cotabato has flexed its might early against IMUS here in this matchup. Again, trying their best to stay undefeated. Cotabato looking good here in this match.
Yeah, and Cotabato, again, they started out with 7 unforced errors.
Yeah.
First half pa lang yun ng set. And IMUS-ITP had all the chances in the world to really mount their comeback and get all the momentum that they can gather. But they also had their fair share of unforced errors this time at the latter part of the stages. Yeah. And nung naitayo na yung wall ng AMC-COTABATO, the attackers just couldn't get past it.
Ramdam mo kasing bumaba talaga yung kumpiyansa. CC, wow, what a dominant number. 6 blocks against 1. And even if there were 11 errors on the side of Cotabato, it would not be enough to keep IMUS in the second set.
And again, blocking was just really the game changer for AMC-COTABATO. Let's also add the fact that Vince Mangolabnan was doing a splendid job as the setter for this squad. Now, mag-iiba ng starting unit, I believe, itong IMUS-ITP. I see Josh Villanueva and John Rivera right now on the floor. So they will be starting out. And magpapalit din ng setter si Coach Samia Kailar Taneo. will be replacing Ish Polvorosa.
But how do you restart? In terms of personnel, nakita natin yung adjustments. Mentally, psychologically, how do you try and forget about those two sets?
Well, first of all, they have to pump up their energy. That has been lacking also based on my observation for IMUS City. But with Josh Villanueva, John Rivera, and Taneo back in the starting unit, feeling ko that can be a good start for IMUS ITP.
So let's see if they could put up a better fight here in the third set. The runner a little short at ayun naman that is the flip side of it. Kanina natural yung chemistry between Polvorosa and Malabunga. This time around the connection wasn't perfect between the setter and the middle.
And malaking adjustment din talaga pag nagpapalit ng mga setters. Especially for teams who has 3 setters kagaya ng AMC-COTABATO.
Couple of tries, parehong napabagal ng blockers. And then, that's just a monster hit once again from Gampong.
Collective effort really for AMC-COTABATO. There's no one-man show. Kahit na evident yung power ni Jao Mandal in this team, you would see the likes of JV Sumagaysay and Mads Gampong also taking care of their responsibilities in their possessions.
That is out. Tina-target kasi nitong si Mangulabnan, yung corner kung nasan si Austria. Yes, that will be the first point for IMUS in the third set. Ray Taneo, can he give his squad a different look as a setter here? That pancake, got there. Oh, sabi ng ating referees, hindi na daw.
Cotabato will be challenging that call, I believe. Floor touch. Saying that it was a valid pancake save from Wewe Medina and that ball was still alive.
So very early. I mean, kanina sinasabi natin, no? They wait for the perfect opportunity.
But they do want to end this one in 3 straight sets because it's going to be a very busy schedule for the Cotabato Spikers. Halos every single game day maglalaro na sila. So stamina will come into play, conditioning will also come into play.
Sila yung may pinaka-konting laro, no? As of the moment, only 4 games played. This will be the 5th. So if this challenge is successful, it will be a let.
We will replay that point. But we have to check the replay first.
Here we go.
Oh, yes. There was a floor touch. So nauna yung bola sa floor bago tumama dun sa fingertips ni Wewe Medina. So they will lose one of their challenge opportunities.
And will lose that point. It's 2 apiece as Taneo will serve once again for IMUS.
Leading scorers for Cotabato, we have Jao Mandal with 10 points and Mads Kampong with 8. And for IMUS ITP, we have Muhali with 9 points. Austria with 7 and Malabunga with 6. A quiet 3 for Francis Saura.
Ito naman, humihingi ng challenge, si Austria. But Coach Samia Kailar did not want to pull the trigger just yet. Lead shifts back to Cotabato 3-2. Medina touches the tape. As Villanueva with the off speed to send it across. Oh, blocking naman ang papairalin ng IMUS. A big one against Mandal.
They need more of that.
Yeah.
I mean, Malabunga, one of the best middle blockers here. Alam natin yung capabilities niya in defending that net.
Iba kasi bumomba ng energy pag nagkaka-kill block, no? It just powers your squad a little bit better. Pero ngayon naman, try and stop this, says Jao Mandal.
That was a fast C-set. Shoot to the left wing. And kahit nandun nga si Josh Villanueva, he was still late for that block against Jao Mandal. Ang bilis. That was already a slow-mo, guys. Normal speed.
Oh, pulled too much away from it. Sumagaysay comes up short. Ito na naman yung mga maagang service errors. That's 2 early ones for Cotabato once again. what a quick, amazing connection there between Mangulabnan and Intal.
Again, very simple volleyball for Rex Intal. Not flashy, but high effectivity rate.
Yep. Difficult to defend. 1-point lead. Muli para sa Cotabato. Mads Gampong now with a jump serve. And guess what, Neil? Another service error. Their third of the third set.
Same scenario in set number 2. A lot of unforced errors for Cotabato. Again, chance for IMUS-IVY to regain their composure and momentum. They have to keep on attacking the defense of AMC-COTABATO. And look at that, even the drop ball will work for Rex Intal. Former teammates in Ateneo, John Rivera and Rex Intal. No defender behind IMUS-IVY.
He waited until the last moment before he hit it. Hinintay talaga kung saan bubukas yung depensa nitong IMUS.
Advantage siguro niya yon, coming from the basketball background. May mga ganong style of play si Rex. Another unforced error for Cotabato.
Si Coach OG Mamo napapatingin nilang na, ilan na yun? Sabi niya, Coach OG, that was your fourth service error.
And we have to remember that serving was their advantage in their previous game against NU Archipelago. They had 9, I think.
Aces, yeah.
But now, ang dami nilang mistakes on that area.
Medina finds the corner. Yun naman hindi sila madepensahan nitong IMUS.
And it was a high ball. Kaya siguro nagdalawang isip itong si Hero Austria. That would catch the line. Iniwasan eh.
Yeah. Miscalculation there coming from Austria. And you can see the frustration in his face. The runner, that will be outside. Another point for Cotabato, and that will push us to the first technical timeout of the third set. It is 8-6, so even with the service errors, the attacking just heavily on the side of Cotabato, we will head into this quick break.
Fresh from the Taiwan breeze, Rex Intal and Manuel Medina, who both scored double digits against the NU Archipelago with their last game, told me na bihira sila maging kompleto sa ensayo before going to Taiwan. And that is why kaya laking tuwa nilang naka-team building sila. More than that, nakatuna pa nila ang iba't ibang national players in Taiwan. And with the diversity of technical styles of playing coming from Malaysia, Singapore, and others, di nila akalaing ganun ka-colorful ang magiging training nila. And with that, they are so excited to translate it in the Spikers Turf Arena, as you can see right now in this set 3.
Thank you for that report. Siyempre, nung Taiwan na, nung may biyahe na, lahat available. Diba? Hindi pwedeng hindi. Everyone was present for that particular trip. Of course, that will do wonders for what they're trying to build as a squad. Not just here in Spikers Turf, but moving forward as well. A back row attack will score again for Gampong.
Miscue defensively on the side of IMUS-IVY. And every defender has a zone to guard, so it's going to be hard if mag-overlap yung dalawang tao. At one point, magkakabanggaan talaga. But IMUS still pretty much in this game. They're just down by 2 points. But Cotabato is just playing spectacular volleyball at this point. Up by 2 sets. And they have been forcing IMUS-IVY to make these kinds of mistakes. Kasi iba yung pressure na nagagawa ng mga kill blocks nila a while ago. And babalik ngayon si Mohali to replace Hero Austria.
In terms of percentage, their best attacker during the first set, no, itong si Mohali. But at some point, he was also slowed down. Nabasa na siya ng depensa ng Cotabato, making it difficult for him to find the way through that is outside. The second service error for Mangolabnan here in the third set.
Even though they have targets, execution is a different thing. Kaya I'm sure ito na yung skill set category na tatrabahuhan naman nila coming into the next game.
Taneo, as usual, targeting ito si Umandal. Medina. That block will go out and in favor of IMUS. Mohali finding a way to be successful once again. Paminsan, Neil, yung pag-upo, when you see the action from, you know, the sideline, when you notice kung paano ginagalaw ng depensa ng kalaban, you get a better idea how to attack it.
And that was Mohali's 10th point. First player on the side of IMUS ITP to get to double digits. And that is a point for AMC, says the first referee. Tumama muna sa kamay ni Kim Malabunga before it went out of bounds. They can challenge that call, but usually yung mga ganyang types of attacks kadalasan nakakawakan talaga eh. Hindi mo lang napapansin kasi yung majority of that ball tumatama sa tape.
And Malabunga actually admitted, no? Villanueva was trying to tell his squad to challenge na wala naman daw tinamaan. But Malabunga said, yep, I caught a piece of it. As they will get the point back anyway.
Overset from Mangolabnan will give IMUS their 10th point. It was a good pickup from Lorenzo. Reverse set from Mangolabnan, pero way off the mark.
Surprisingly, because his reverse sets were on point earlier. Gaganti naman sila quickly as he goes to Sumagaysay.
You'll never know kung ano yung ibibigay na set ni Vince Mangolabnan. Sometimes he would just go to the wings. Sometimes he would go to the middles a lot. But pag nandun na yung balance between the two types of attackers, doon na kumakalas yung AMC-COTABATO.
Villanueva dug up there by Medina. As Campong is denied this time by that combination of Castel and Mohali.
Castel also seeing for his first action of this match. That can be the impact play for IMUS ITP para ignite yung fire within them.
Kasi kanina pa sila binablock no? Yung pangganti nila, Bonch Castel. Good serve coming from Mohali. And just too strong, too powerful from Umandal.
Even if it was checked by the blockers of IMUS ITP, ang bilis pa rin nung lusot ng bola ni Jao Umandal. Still a good sign though, at least na touch compared to letting him score off clean attacks.
Look at that, a service ace from Gampong.
Slowly lumalayo na itong Cotabato. They're looking to close this game in 3 straight sets and notch their 5th consecutive win here in the Spikers turf.
Hoping to stay undefeated is Cotabato. Another monster serve from Gampong. Rivera gets it through.
Yan yung singit na palo na tinutukoy ni Sammy Akailar kanina.
Alam mo naman na yung blockers matangkad. Yung reminder coming from Coach Sammy earlier. As Rivera outsmarts the defense to cut their deficit down to 2. Saura babalik sa laro alongside Polvorosa, papalitan sina Taneo at Villanueva.
Dante this time around will serve as the setter for AMC-COTABATO. So yun yung pangatlong setter na gagawin ni Coach Oji Mamon.
Polvorosa serving. Ooh, not a clean touch. Doesn't matter whatsoever for Jao Umandal. With apologies, sabi niya. Sorry, masama yung first ball. But he re-extends their advantage to 3, 15 to 12. Here we go with a jump serve. Jao pulls a little bit of power out of it. And that's some monster block coming from Intal. second technical timeout after this denial. Again, the blockers ever present for Cotabato. 16-12 is their lead as we head into this quick break. Now checking out our team standings, Signal and the Navigators Iloilo still undefeated, 7-0, 5-0. Cotabato want to deadlock with the Navigators. Ito namang IMUS-ITP, as you can see, pahabol po sa kanila yung BNS. They're only at 4-3. So if they don't figure out a way to stay alive and win this match, that will just be only one win clear.
And at this point, it's hard to give a magic number kung ano yung sure na slot na makukuha nyo. Probably, so far, if I were to choose a team that is assured of a seat already, it would be Signal. They already have 7 wins. And I think they're going to go up against AMC-COTABATO this Sunday. So isa rin yan sa mga dapat abangan natin here in the Spikers Turf. And for IMUS-ITP, they're chasing that number 3 or number 4 slot. Iloilo is still undefeated. They will be going up against the Santa Rosa City Lions after this game.
So because VNS is at 4-3 with 3 losses, the safest number would be 8. I mean, if you're at 8 wins, wala nang question, papasok ka na dyan. But again, itong Signal, very close to getting there.
And that's the thing about this edition of the Spikers Turf. Sobrang dami nating teams, 11 teams. So one win can really make all the difference in the semifinals.
Right now, a 5-point lead in favor of Cotabato, flexing their might once again as they're looking comfortable here in the third set. Francis Saura gets one back. Di na nahabol ni Dayan Dante.
Clean hit from Francis Saura. Siguro needs more time to gel with this team.
Rivera, that serve will be strong. So a couple of service errors, no? For Rivera. Upon checking into this matchup, balik sa 5 ang abante ng Cotabato.
They have been playing on and off, talking about IMUS-ITP in this ball game.
They had really good moments though, Neil.
Especially in set number 1, and moments like that.
Yeah.
And dito mo makikita na kaya naman i-connect ng IMUS-ITP yung 3 touches nila. It started off with an excellent pass from Marmeto. Set up to Kim Malabunga on that back quick.
When they give Polvorosa enough options, usually, you know, they will come up with a good attack. Again, it's a matter of doing it consistently. I think that has been the issue for IMUS. Still trying to fight back, though, down by 4. Off-speed hit. Good dive coming from Taneo. Mandal picks it up. They go back to Mandal.
Ooh. What a hit from Jao Mandal. Apologizes to the libero. That is part of the ball game. And yung sinasabi natin pag slow-mo for Jao Mandal.
Mabilis pa rin po.
Sobrang bilis talaga. So, mas ma-appreciate nyo po yun pag nandito kayo live.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Yung matatakot ka sandali na papunta sa yung bola. It's worth the admission as another miss-attack here for IMUS. Will allow Cotabato to advance their lead further to 6 points, 21-15. At this point, medyo bumagsak na yung balikat ng mga taga-IMUS, knowing that this will be an uphill climb just to stay alive in this set. That's a net touch, at least a point.
Cotabato still giving away 3 points to IMUS in the tail end of set number 3. That will be called on JB Sumagaysay.
Pero sinoli naman sa kanila nitong si Malabungas. He also commits a service error.
That's the snowball effect, really.
Yeah.
Once you start committing errors on the service line. This happened with Cotabato kanina. Parang in one whole rotation, walang naipasok na service yung mga players.
Pero yung maganda lang sa Cotabato, when they commit mistakes, they commit them early. And then they learn from them, and then they adjust. And then they flex their might on offense. Jao Umandal, parang ginawang all-star game, just showing off here.
He's just really playing at a different level right now. I still remember him when he was in high school. Championship game nila. He was part of UE back then. Pero ang layo na talaga nung naging improvement ng game niya. And that's another strong hit.
Tumama yata sa ulo ni Taneo, no? I hope he has recovered from it. Ngayon naman, utak ang pinairal nitong si Medina.
Now Cotabato closing in on IMUS-ITP. They get to match point first.
Campfire defense. Bukas na bukas yung gitna para sa IMUS. As we are at match point. One last service error for the road.
Pero nilakasan yon ni JV Sumagaysay. You saw that he really wanted to score an ace to close this match out. But they have 7 match points. Oh, tight pass. Lorenzo wanted to attack the defense of IMUS-ITP.
Ngingitian na lang muna yan dahil lamang pa naman ang 6. Well, the problem there was not the attack. It was the first ball na nagka-problema para sa Cotabato. As Muhali continues to serve to try and stay alive. Oh, that is a service error, and that will do it for this ball game. Cotabato staying undefeated here in your open conference.
Not the best way to end the match, but it was still a convincing win for AMC-COTABATO, edging out IMUS-ITP in most of the skill set categories. And that is probably the product of their training in Taiwan.
The province of Cotabato Spikers will pick up this win unscathed. 3 sets to love. 25-23, 25-20, 25-18. Pangat ng pangat ang kanilang abante. As we will be talking to our best player of the ball game when we come back.
Good afternoon, volleyball fans. We are here live in Paco Arena, Manila for the Spikers Surf Open Conference. And here with me is player of the game, Cotabato Spiker, Joshua Omandal. Congratulations, Jao.
Thank you.
And Jao had 17 points, 14 attacks, 2 blocks, 1 ace, 12 excellent receives, and 8 excellent digs. And with that, kita natin sa statistics mo. I wanted to ask you, gaano kalaking tulong yung international training mo when it comes to you being a multifaceted player, lalo na sa stats mo?
Siyempre, yung international na training camp or laro, malaking bagay yun, malaking exposure. Siyempre, dito, ang mga kalaban mo, puro Pinoy. Doon sa Taiwan, as in, puro ibang level. Talagang kailangan mo makipagpitpitan para manalo ka lang. Iba nga dun ibang playing time nila. Talagang as in, passionate nila sa volleyball. Talagang mahirap. So pagdating dito, parang napakadali na lang apply yung sistema na ginagawa namin.
At talagang na-maximize yung potential mo bilang isang volleyball player. And that is what we love about national players like you, Jao. And secondly, syempre, your team is undefeated. What more can we expect from you?
Sa amin, di kami nag-expect ng mataas. Siguro step by step lang. Di namin masyadong nilulook forward yung ano man yung mangyayari sa team. Basta ano lang kami, nakapokus lang kami sa gagawin namin. Commitment, nandun pa rin. Natrabawin namin hanggang championship.
Focus at commitment, that is duly noted. Thank you so much, Jao.
Thank you, thank
and
you.
to the rest of the Cotabato Spikers, more intense volleyball action later on this 5 p.m.
A sweep coming from Cotabato, 25-23, 25-20, 25-18 to stay undefeated, 5-0 clean so far for the record of Cotabato, and they were led by Jao Mandal, pero hindi lang naman siya, even if he is our best player of the game. They got a lot coming from Mads Gampong, Intal was there, and just everyone chipping in points to be able to lift Cotabato to another victory.
And he is really shaping up to be one of the best players here in the Spikers turf. Hindi lang ito yung goal probably ni Jao Mandal, but his goal is really to lead the Philippine team in the SEA Games as well. So magandang build-up and opportunity itong Spikers turf for him to meet that goal. But now they will still be undefeated and they will go up 5-0, and for IMUS-ITP, they will get another loss.
But when the blocking clicked for Cotabato, hindi na sila napigilan itong IMUS. As you can see, just an overwhelming number of attacks, 15-4. It's difficult to win a set when you lose attacks that much.
And we only need to look at that stat line. I mean, in the first 2 frames, dikit na dikit yung attacking department between Cotabato and IMUS. But in set number 3, I would say that it was all AMC in attacking.
The floodgates open for Cotabato as they sweep up another victory against IMUS. Again, 5-0, staying undefeated, staying in that top 3. Yan po ang dulo ng ating first matchup. Next match will feature the Navigators of Iloilo. Also, will try to stay undefeated, going up against Santa Rosa. Yan po will happen at 5:30 p.m. Stick with us here on One Sports Plus. Para kay Miss Aitin Sai, para kay Neil Flores, ako po si Carlo Pamentuan. Thank you for your continued support of your 2023 Open Conference of Spikers Turf.